One of the hard parts about being a dividend focused YouTuber is trying to appeal to the many different kinds of dividend investors out there.
So many people.
Well, in my attempt to do just that, welcome back to the Power 5 Stocks of the Week. In this series, each week I'll present you all with the top performers in the following categories: dividend yield, dividend streak, dividend growth rates, 10-year returns, and the stock trading the highest percentage off other 52-week high. All of the stocks I'm going to mention will have an ex-dividend date of next week, and the only requirements for consideration to be on this list is that you have to outperform the S&P 500 over the past 10 years and have a dividend streak of at least 5 years.
Sounds good to me!
If you're looking for a new take on a top 5 series that you're not going to find on any other channel here on YouTube, please consider subscribing and tuning in each and every Friday.
Willis, you heard the man.
Really quick, before we dive into this week's video, I wanted to show you how this week's list was broken down when my filters were applied. I began with 47 different dividend stocks that had ex-dividend dates between July 17th and July 21st. Then I went down to 9 stocks once I required them to also have a dividend streak of 5 or more years. Finally, the list was brought down to just 4 stocks, or 8.51% of the original list, when I filtered for only the stocks that had outperformed the S&P 500 over the past 10 years. From there, I let the numbers speak for themselves, and here are the best of the best. This week's stock with the highest dividend yield is Caterpillar, stock ticker CAT. CAT is a quarterly payer in the industrial sector, paying $5.20 per share per year, with a forward dividend yield of 2.06%. CAT has been paying and growing their dividend over the last 30 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 5.23%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 9%, and a payout ratio of just 28.16%. Caterpillar has an ex-dividend date of July 19th with a payout date of August 18th, and a single $10,000 investment into Caterpillar 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends in return would have turned into $37,807.66, which is a 14.22% year-over-year return rate, whereas the S&P 500 turned into $31,571.20 in the same time frame, resulting in a difference of $6,236.46. This week's stock with the longest dividend streak is also the stock trading the highest percentage off of their 52-week high. That stock is RPM International, stock ticker RPM. RPM is a quarterly payer in the materials sector, paying $1.68 per share per year, with a forward dividend yield of 1.86%. RPM has been paying and growing that dividend over the last 49 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 5.1%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 5.67%, and a payout ratio of 31.39%. At the time of recording, RPM was trading 14.87% off of their 52-week high. RPM International has an ex-dividend date of July 17th with a payout date of July 31st. And that $10,000 investment into RPM 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $32,686.43, which is a 12.57% year-over-year return rate, which we know is compared to the S&P that turned into $31,571.20, resulting in a difference of $1,115.23 on the side of RPM. And we're now down to the last stock on the list this week that happens to lead the pack in both the dividend growth rates and the best 10-year returns. If you like the idea behind this video and often find yourself looking for quality list of dividend stocks to look into, please consider leaving a like on the video and then subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of the uploads I do every week. If you do end up ringing the bell or already have it rung, please comment down below #BellSquad so I can thank you. But now, let's uncover this last stock. The final stock on the list this week has the best dividend growth rates and the best 10-year return. That stock is Zoetis, stock ticker ZTS. ZTS is a quarterly payer in the healthcare sector, paying $1.50 per share per year, with a forward dividend yield of 0.88%. ZTS has been paying and growing that dividend over the last 11 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 24.36%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 31.43%, and a pretty low payout ratio at just 24.76%. Zoetis has an ex-dividend date of July 20th with a payout date of September 1st, and a single lump sum $10,000 investment into Zoetis 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since then would have turned into $59,017.64, which is a 19.42% year-over-year return rate. We know that's compared to the S&P that turned into that $31,571.20, which results in a difference of $27,446.44 in just the last 10 years on just one investment. As mentioned earlier in the video, each of these stocks has outperformed the S&P 500 over the past 10 years. All of these stocks have a dividend streak of at least 11 years, and as a bonus, they all go ex-dividend next week if you choose to make the purchase. Let me know down in the comments if any of these stocks piqued your interest and what it was about that stock that got you excited. And while these videos are designed to provide a quality list of dividend stocks for each and every one of you, I've been working very hard on my own portfolio that'll lead me towards my goal of early retirement. If you'd like to check out my monthly recap that I just released for June, check that out right here. But until next time, see ya.